Hi, welcome back to another edition of the Gargoyles Den Diecast. I'm Gargoyle, of course. And today we have a couple cars up for the October 2024 Diecast International Builders Halloween build. The only prerequisite they put on it was that it be either creepy or scary or, Halloween stuff. Any model, any casting, any size, whatever, they didn't care. So I looked around and I decided I'm going to do this Z-Rod. First of all, I've got a couple ideas for it. But I didn't think it was going to be enough to just do this by itself. And I don't know how it's going to come out. So I've got to have a backup plan, right? So I'm going to go ahead and work on this Matchbox as well. Do a little Matchbox makeover. It's a 33 Plymouth. I'm going to maybe, I think I'm going to try and chop the hood and drop it a little bit. There'll be a couple other mods. I can't tell you all of them. You got to watch to see. But, let's go ahead and get this started on the road. As always, shoulder drilling, even when it's not necessary, you still might as well use it, right? So let's go ahead and get these drilled out. There we go. Okay, unfortunately, in all my moving around with my new computer and stuff, I lost my audio somehow. So now I have to do a voiceover. So you're going to see a whole lot of this is sped up. Basically, this is where I'm marking the top, getting ready to chop it down. But the majority of it was held in that back part. Then I turned around and took a bone shaker and cut it up and took the motor out of it. And I cut some slots in the bottom of the hood so that the exhaust could come out on each side for that. And that was pretty much all I did to that one. Alright, I'm back. And of course, I said I was going to set the body aside and let it set overnight and seeing it and all that good stuff. Yeah, well, I couldn't resist messing with it. Imagine that. So I decided to grind down the JB Weld and I was filing out the windows. And of course, it was just the posts basically were all that was holding it still, and it broke apart. So I'm like, okay, I was just too rough with it. I put it back together. JB welded it again. Thought, let's be a little more gentle with it. Didn't matter. It still broke apart. So I took a little page out of old Jim Silva's book. We went the full Monty on JB Weld here. And I used a piece of tape, taped off the outside of the casting. And what I did was on the back half of the casting, the windows are going to be really small anyway. And I thought about cutting down the glass and trying to put it back in and tinting it so it was dark. Instead, I just JB welded the whole back. I filled it with JB Weld, filled out all the windows and stuff, and bolted up. And yeah, that top is not going anywhere now. It's solid. So now we're going to go ahead and pull the tape off here and see what we got to do for the windows still. I'm still have to do some body work on it and stuff. So but yeah, that was a trick I learned from watching Jim Silva's videos. And as you can see, looks like it worked pretty damn well. You can get that all smoothed down, and I'll fill a little bit with spot putty and stuff. Grind out the two wheel wells here where I got some extra in the wheel wells. And, after that, we'll be about ready for paint on it. I think this one worked pretty well. I've got the body all, or the frame and interior all ready to go. It's all getting painted black. Got the motor set and ready to go on that one. Now the other one I also messed with, but it wasn't too much. When you last saw it, the body was in the stripper, or in the Zuppy greaser, getting rid of all the gold off of it, and took the front off and cut the old motor off of this front piece. And I found this other motor that I told you guys I was thinking about putting something else in it. And I tried to make it match up as well as possible as far as the angle here, and trying to match up these somewhat to the angle of the Z rod. And I think it all came out pretty well in the end. Went ahead and put wheels on the base. Of course, there's no interior on this. So basically, that's our car right there. I think it came out beautiful. We just got to do the paint on it, and I'm going to create a custom decal for it. But yeah, I'm really happy with the way that one came out. In order to put the motor in, I did have to do a little fabbing. Alright, and this is what I finally came up with. Normally I would say this was a joy, but I'm not going to lie to you, this one was rough. Rough might be an understatement, actually. Let's go ahead and zoom out here, and I'm going to go over these a little bit. Go ahead and get the rotisserie out of the way here. Alright. So let's go over some of the mods that I did, because yeah, I lost all the audio, so you didn't get to see what happened with a lot of it. We'll start out with this one. Obviously, I chopped the top. I told you about that. You see the windows where I filled it all in with the JB weld or whatever to hold it. It's nice and strong. Beautiful. You see where I cut out the hood and put in the bone shaker motor with the sweeps out. A little bit of detailing on the bumpers and stuff. Nice set of wheels. That one's, there we go. There we go. Okay. That was pretty much it for that one. This one, I was going to put a decal on the top of it, and I didn't like the way the decal came out, so I didn't do it. But this one reminds me, I don't know why, but I wanted to call this one the Wraith. Wraith, however you pronounce it. It seems fitting for that one. Then the Z-Rod, on the other hand, show you here, it had quite a bit of extensive work. I mean, change the wheels out, obviously. The old motor, it had the Z that I hated. Yeah, I couldn't do that. So I pulled this motor out of a Thorny Graves. And as you can see by the exhaust had to be modified greatly to try and make it match this line with the Z, the line here. So I had to cut and chop it down to get the right angles and stuff, because yeah, it was the exact opposite angle of what we needed. So I did that. And then the front here, this was a gas tank that actually came back to where the motor is, and I had to cut that in half because I needed that piece because it's the front post. So we need to keep that. So I went ahead and did that, and so it's got the little gas tank on the front and everything. Of course, I put the black Widoow decal on there because yeah, it just seemed fitting. It seemed like a black Widoow. Anyway, those are my D.I.B.S October 2024 spooky and freaky Halloween builds. I hope you guys liked them. If so, please like, subscribe, and stay tuned for future content. That's all for now, folks. Bye now.